It's Monday, welcome back to Daily Flex. I've been trying to put this one off for as long as I possibly can because it's my most hated area to actually work on. So today we're going to hang out and spend a bit of time on an often neglected area, the soles of our feet and our ankles. A lot of people suffer from plantar fasciitis or from collapsed arches. For me, I've got really tight ankles and tight arches from years of playing ice hockey, spending a lot of time on a bike where I'm actually not supported in that position. So we're going to grab our ball, and you might find this one quite intense to begin with, so you might be happy just to do this one sitting down to start with. The cool thing about doing it this way is you can do this at the office as long as people don't mind your smelly feet. So target area here to begin with is just across this area of the foot. We're then going to work down and then across the heel. But I'm just going to put a bit of weight into the ball here. I'm just underneath the ball of my foot, and I'm just going to flex and extend through the toes. Now, there's still a bit of pressure here on the ball. By all means, if that's not enough, you can bring yourself up to standing, and that's a lot more intense. What we need here is very slow, deliberate movements. We don't want to see people doing this and rolling about on it. It's going to be very intentional. So I'm just going to roll across slightly. So now I've sort of got the ball underneath my second toe. That's an awesome feeling. I'm just spending 20-30 seconds here, just flexing and extending through the toes. Too close, Tim. And then I'm moving across. So I'm moving this way towards the outside, flexing and extending. A few seconds there. And then towards the outside, so I'm getting towards that sort of pinky toe. And it's a very different feeling. It's not one that I like. Now I'm going to traverse my way down here. So pretty much on the arch. I want you to put as much pressure into it as you possibly can handle. So don't sort of just be really light on it, but don't kill yourself either. So let that dissipate, flex, extend, then I just move up, getting into sort of the meaty part of the arch of my foot. Coming up a bit further. Oh, that's the most painful spot for me. From here, if you want, you can sort of move side to side slightly. Very slowly, keeping that pressure on. And then as I come up sort of into the heel, I can sort of put my toe down and then let my weight sink into the ball and just gently move side to side and just free up any of those sort of tight spots in through the soles of the feet. So spend a good 2 to 3 minutes working through all those different areas on the sole of your feet. And then obviously do the other side. Now, I'm gonna come down onto the mat. You'd be amazed how sort of tight and how tender this area can be. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time. I'm going to take the massage ball right over the top here. Now I'm going to apply some pressure, and then I'm going to twist, and I'm just freeing up that sort of tissue in that area. So this is quite painful for me. So as I come more towards that heel bone over the top, I can just hold that and just release all these points. So again, we'll spend another minute minimum in this area and just work in and around, even over the bone, and free up the fascia and the surfaces around it. Twisting it just sort of creates a release for you. So all around this area. That's number 2. Last one is, because we wear shoes far too much, we don't always have the mobility through our toes that we'd like. And you'll see a lot of people with their toes either got bunions or their feet point way out. We could get Tim on camera here if we have a bit of fun. All I'm wanting to do here is have my foot pointing forward. And I'm just wanting to stretch out through my toes. So you'll notice here that my pinky doesn't even want to touch the ground. So I'm stretching out through big toe, and I just want to move back onto it and see if I can sort of just move around on different angles and get all of my toes stretched out. So I get a sort of burning feeling when I do this through my big toe and second toe. So more as I go to the outside. So you got that in there, Tim? What some people will do is they'll just do this and they'll just basically have everything here these things never work. So I'm trying to stretch all toes. Think of it as when you're lunging. Some people can't even lift this toe up. They're so tight through the feet. So when they're lunging, what do? They can't actually get into that position. So they do this, try to get out of it. Same when they're walking. So this is just a really, really simple stretch that I feel all the way through those toes and moving towards the outside. So I'm moving around, putting weight onto it and finding different areas. As always, spending 1 minute to 2 minutes on those areas. Feels really weird when you do a lot of work, but we often neglect our feet. We're on them all day long, so it's a good thing to work on them. Get your massage ball, get stuck into them, do a little toe stretch, and report back and tell me how it goes. See you tomorrow.
We haven't as yet figured out a good hack for that, but once we do, we will let you know. And the other is a ball. First off, a long lie. Now, Tim, who is behind the camera, has already done a very good video on this, and we'll link that below. But the basic elements of it are to have the foam roller vertical to where your spine is, and for you to lie down on it. So effectively, you're already in sleep position. And you put your arms out at a 45-degree angle and just hang out there for 3 to 5 minutes. It's pretty simple. You do want your palms facing out so that you get a good stretch.